Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be starting a new web series. I'm going to be going over how I'm going to create a business in the state of Colorado. I know there's going to be many challenges and I will fail, and I'm going to make some really horrible mistakes as I go, but the point of this is to document it all so that you and I can look back at it in the future and see how it is to create a business for real. So of course the first thing you need to do is have a good idea. So I've been thinking about this idea for 2 or 3 years now, and I feel like I'm finally in a position that I'm ready to actually start going out and making this happen. I started out with contacting the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. They're just here to help us get up off the ground. They have the info. They will be there to sort of guide us along the way. They sent me a wonderful document with all these things I can do to start out, and I'm going to be going through that today, seeing what I can do for free or relatively cheap while I develop my product in the background. Once I feel like I'm ready to actually start doing things with my product and ready to register for a business, do these bigger things, I will start going into the things that cost more money and have continuous costs. So here's the document that I was sent by the SBDC. They sent me this small set up your business in Colorado email, and they suggest that I set up a Gmail business, and it does cost a bit of money to get up and running. Right now, I'm going to pass on this because I don't need it quite yet. So once I do have a website and further down in product development and I'm reaching out for my business, I'm going to create this. Next up on the list, we got banking. For personal, it says Sophie, and business also banking. Let's check out what these are. Open these in some new windows. So from the looks of it, this Sophie app is looking to help people reach financial independence, and while that is a noble goal, it isn't really what I'm looking for. I'm looking to start a business, and so all these benefits won't really be affecting me. So then I'll look at this AllZone. One thing that I like about this is that it advertises that it's free with advantages for setting up a business account, which I like. So it also really wants to get into e-commerce, and I think that's going to be great for the kind of business that I want to do, since I do not plan to sell really in stores. However, it's asking for an employee identification number, which means I should probably start a business first. I don't need to, according to this section. However, I do think that this would be a pretty big priority right now. So with that, I'm going to go on to the website part. I'll gloss over this really quick. I'm pretty sure I'm going to purchase via Google domain, since that's pretty easy to set up the Gmail business and buy the domain at the same time. And also, I have heard good things about the Squarespace. I'll be using one of these once I have my final design and I have good photos and good content to add to this website. So in this legal section, it seems like they suggested this company called Savvy Legal. I believe they are an online legal hub, it seems, for founders and attorneys. So I like that I can just do this online from my home. But let me take a look at it and see what I find. So I'm not able to find too much information on this company called Savvy, but it does seem like possibly a good option. It was recommended to me by the SBDC, so I'll be contacting them to learn more about this. They do put down some good reviews down here at the bottom, but then again, that's at their website. People saying mostly it's cheap, it's easy, it's fast, and so when I do start really needing legal help, this might be a place that I go to. So looking back at the document, it does seem pretty expensive. It's $216 a year, which should come out to around just under $20 every month. Right now, I don't think I really need it. However, one thing that they do offer is formation documents, trademarks, and this EIN number, pretty much registering me as a company. And this could be very useful. I heard that you don't need to have this done with a lawyer, so I'm going to take a look into how I can do that on my own. Also, before we go look at that stuff for registering as a company, getting our IN, which is like a social security number for a company. They also say we should look at these equity splits using slicing pie. Since I'm going to be the only person running this company at this time and I don't have any investors, I am going to forego this for now. And let's see what this terms of service is as well. So this company termly seems to be a terms of service company. They'll help me make those annoying policies that nobody ever reads. Now it seems like for the basic, we can get our first one done for $0 a month for free. Now I don't have the legal policy in mind that I need to do, but it's good to know that this is out there, and that way I can compare this termly with the other company that we were looking at called Savvy and see which one will be better for us. So I was looking up how I can start my own LLC on my own and not have to pay that large fee at the very beginning. And I came across this website, howtostartanllc.com, and I looked at their Colorado page and they actually offered quite good information. First, you have to make sure you have a good name, of course, but the thing is they talk about the legal stuff. You have to have LLC in it or something similar. It also can't have anything that relates to the government, and there are some restricted words. So I was able to go and do a name search by clicking this link. All these links will be in the description. I bashed out my name and I searched it up and got this: no results found for that name, which is good because that means I can do it. This is recommended. Check if you have a good URL that can go with your business. And then the next thing is why Savvy Legal was on the document that the SBDC sent me. Step 2. Choose a registered agent in Colorado. See, what a registered agent does is they are sort of an intermediary between the government and the business. So anything legal will go to them and they'll notify me of all that. Technically, I am able to be a registered agent according to them. However, after looking into it, I found out that I would have to always be available in person during working hours, and I am unable to do that at this point. So I will have to hire a registered agent. From this, they recommended 2 companies, the first one being Zen Business, as you can see here, and the other one being Inkfile. And I think that I'm going to be going with Zen Business because one of the things they have is excellent customer service, and that could be horribly underrated, especially for me just starting out. I'll need that help. It is a little bit more expensive. It's free to register with the Inkfile, but after that it's the same. So $40 for a one-time payment for excellent customer service. I think that's a deal. So I'm probably gonna go forward with registering my business through them. Now, before you go on saying, oh, why didn't you use the one Savvy Legal like the SBDC sent you? I was looking at it and I found that it would cost $250 per year to do it with them, and they have the same positives as this Zen Business company. So overall, I think we're just going to go with Zen Business because it's half the price and offers the same thing. I've been looking at the plans from this Zen Business company, and I'm thinking I'm going to start out with a starter, but I'm probably going to upgrade to pro later, mainly because of this worry-free guarantee that they do. And that just means that they'll make sure that I stay good with the state, and they'll do these 2 filings per year that they claim have a $250 value, which, I mean, the big reason is I don't want to get in any legal fussle, so by doing this we can stay in good standing. I'm going to be starting out now just doing the starter pack because that will get us registered with the state and listed as a registered agent, so the state has a point of contact that they can contact me with. And then later I'll be upgrading to this once we really get the ball rolling. So going back to the next thing on the list from the Small Business Development Center, we have communication. Now, right now I'm just working with myself, so I'm not going to be setting any of these up, but it's good to know about them for when I do start getting employees or working with other companies. And finally, workflow and company outlines. Once again, I'm sort of just working with myself right now, and I'm not on a strict time limit for when I need to get this done by. So I'm going to play it by ear and see how it goes, try to keep really organized, and hopefully there will be a video out on how I do that in the future. The rest of the things on this list, the hiring your team, app companies, book recommendations, I'm not going to be covering in this video because it's frankly not relevant quite yet. So down here we have register and maintain a business formation. These are the things that we started going over today, especially the register and maintain a business. And we also dipped into formation. The rest of the stuff we'll go into later. Financial business plan, marketing, local regulatory environment. There's also insurance and all these other regulation things. One thing that they do mention in this document that isn't said earlier is they suggest to get email notifications from the state. That way, if anything affects the business that changes with the state, I know about it so I can adjust as necessary. However, I'm not going to be signing up for this now because, as you can see, when we click the hyperlink that takes us to this website and try to subscribe, we need to have a business name, trademark, trade name, or ID or document number. So first things first, we need to get this business registered. Well, that was a lot of legal stuff and paperwork. I am tired of that and ready to go back to designing, that's for sure. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. We should be hearing back from the state in the next 2 weeks by the end of the month. And from there, we'll continue on with getting a bank account for the business so we can start doing all that. But until then, I'm going to start designing, and I'll see you next time.